When I was a little girl, said Coraline to the cat, when we lived in our old house a long, long time ago, my dad took me for a walk on the wasteland between our house and the shops. It wasn't the best place to go for a walk, really. There were all these things that people had thrown away back there. Old cookers and broken dishes and dolls with no arms and no legs and empty cans and broken bottles. Mom and Dad made me promise not to go exploring back there because there were too many sharp things and tinnitus and such. But I kept telling them I wanted to explore it. So one day my dad put on his big brown boots and his gloves and put my boots on me and my jeans wind sweater, and we went for a walk. We must have walked about 20 minutes. We went down this hill to the bottom of the gully where the stream was. When my dad suddenly said to me, "Coraline, run away, up the hill, now." He said it in a tight sort of way, urgently. So I did. I ran up the hill, and something hurt me on the back of my arm as I ran, but I kept running. As I got to the top of the hill, I heard somebody thundering up the hill behind me. It was my dad, charging like a rhino. When he reached me, he picked me up in his arms and swept me over the edge of the hill. And then we stopped and we puffed and we panted and we looked back down the gully. The air was alive with yellow wasps. We must have stepped on a wasp's nest in a rotten branch as we walked. And while I was running up the hill, my dad stayed and got stung to give me time to run away. His glasses had fallen off when he ran. I only had one sting on the back of my arm, but he had 39 stings all over him. We counted later in the bath. The black cat began to wash his face and whiskers in a manner that indicated increasing impatience. Coraline reached down and stroked the back of its head and neck. The cat stood up, walked several paces until it was out of her reach, and then it sat back down and looked up at her again. "So," said Coraline, "later that afternoon my dad went back again to the wasteland to get his glasses back. He said if he'd left it another day he wouldn't be able to remember where they had fallen. And soon he got home wearing his glasses. He said that he wasn't scared when he was standing there and the wasps were stinging him and hurting him, and he was watching me run away, because he knew that he had to give me enough time to run, or the wasps would have come after both of us." Coraline turned the key in the door. It turned with a loud clunk. The door swung open. There was no brick wall on the other side of the door, only darkness. A cold wind blew through the passageway. Coraline made no move to walk through the door. "And he said that it wasn't brave of him doing that, just standing there and being stung," said Coraline to the cat. "It wasn't brave because he wasn't scared. It was the only thing he could do. But going back again to get his glasses, when he knew the wasps were there, when he was really scared, that was brave." She took her first step down the dark corridor, and she could smell dust and damp and mustiness. The cat padded alongside her. "And why was that?" asked the cat, although it sounded barely interested. "Because," she said, "when you're scared but you still do it anyway, that's brave."